if you want to have a conversation with me, if you want to know more about Queendom Mastermind, how we can work together, how you really deserve to be part of this beautiful family where we build your brand, we build your content strategy, we give you all the tools to build authority and really get yourself out there and being a point of difference in the market, then I'd love to have a conversation with you and have you in my beautiful family, be part of my proximity, build your network, have your net worth with Queendom Mastermind. I look forward to working with you, beautiful queens and kings. Welcome to the Queendom. Hello, my beautiful queens and kings. This is one exciting episode because I'm going to be taking you guys through why I'm going to America, what is currently happening in my world as well. And I just want to share as well what Queendom Mastermind is, my 12-month container of what I do for my clients, what it's like working with me one-on-one, and how you are going to absolutely take this opportunity right now to see what I'm like as a coach. But let's go through specifically America. It is over 16 days away. I'm shitting myself. But I just want to obviously share this because Keys to the Queendom has now been around since February. We rebranded then. The growth that Keys to the Queendom has had, the guest speakers we have had, the opportunities that have arisen from Keys to the Queendom, as well as what's happened within my life and my business. You know, I have been on a massive journey. I have been stretching myself. I've gone through so much, but I've also gone through so much exciting growth, expansion. You know, I've had so many amazing opportunities come my way. I want to share all the storms that have happened too, just so you guys can understand what's happened. So you can also see that it hasn't always been easy for myself this year and why it's so important to never give up, even if there's hardships happen. So the start of the year, you know, I had gone into doing events and that was an amazing opportunity. And I'm so grateful I was able to do that with an amazing human being, Kayla. You know, we ended up deciding not to do the events together because, to be honest, we were both on different journeys of our life. And that is okay. We've obviously parted ways in a beautiful place from working together. We're still friends. But I think it was a really big lesson for myself to really focus on my intuition with everything when it comes to my business, my goals, also prioritizing my brand and doing things for myself, not doing things for others, or trusting in myself that I didn't need to collaborate with another person to do events. You know, the other big massive change that happened as well, I left a container that was no longer aligned with what I was, you know, about what, you know, was at the start of the journey, a really great opportunity had turned into, you know, just not being in the right space towards the end of this container. And I share that because it was a really huge process to walk away from something that I didn't believe in anymore. What had happened in that space too, it wasn't healthy. It was actually quite codependent in that space as well. And walking away from what happened there and the changes that brought up was a lot of reflection within myself. You know, who am I now that I've left this container? You know, I felt like I had lost my voice a little bit. You know, I just obviously walked away from doing events. Then this opportunity had happened with the container. A lot of storms. And I'm sharing this because the things that I've learned from this experiences as of late is, in order for you to grow and in order for you to have these massive wins in business, you have to be prepared for the storms that come as well. So, you know, not going ahead with the events with someone was a massive learning curve. I learned from that to learn more about myself and in the process of trusting my own judgments too. And secondly, also the incident with this recent container I was in, I learned that there is your own voice and your own intuition that is your massive guiding force when it comes to making decisions in life. So the last few months have been, you know, learning lessons, storms, finding what I was no longer aligned with, and learning to find my own voice again as a business mentor, as a coach, which has brought me to where I am right now. I have been really driven to becoming a lot more structured with my business model, what I do for Queendom clients as well, how we've really supported them with their content, their branding, their marketing. And I've just gone on a whole new level with my business.
Queen, how often have you said, I spent my whole life studying, I've been to school my whole life, and I've actually learned nothing that teaches me the tools and strategies to build a successful business in the outside world. You've probably spent thousands of dollars on courses, or you've heard fake news from business gurus. Well, I'm here to give this incredible news to everyone here right now that this is Queendom University. Get out of debt and actually start making money in the online space, knowing and having the foundations to build a successful business. Now, I'm talking because I have gone through the trenches. I have been a fitness coach, built my online business as a pro athlete, and now I am a business coach. You'll go from having absolutely no idea what your business is through, in the 8 weeks, learn the foundations of knowing what your purpose is, your vision and mission, and also understanding your business values with the execution to know what that business is. You'll also learn branding, social media, content strategy, marketing, and more importantly, how to sell. With Queendom University, it'll cut out the bullshit and remove all the fluff and get you working specifically on your business so you can execute this in 8 weeks to get ready to launch. I wanted you to have something where you get to access something straight away, where you get to fast track your growth, as well as remove any doubt, any overwhelming sensation or stress, or the question that everyone seems to ask, where do I begin? With Queendom University, you'll be able to build wealth, freedom, and at the end of the day, be an entrepreneur and be able to say, I have finally built my own thing, my own business. And I've stopped making money for someone else, and I'm now making money for my own empire. Queendom University.
Now, what I was saying before, with the storms and the challenges I had faced, there was also, a massive investment that came along with that. And that was this incredible podcast experience, which has been phenomenal and so incredible too, because what Keys to the Queendom has brought myself has been a level of expansion and also networks in my life. My Lord Almighty, with the rebrand and with this new level of awareness, we have such amazing networks right now, from Dr. John D. Martini, Daniel G., Mark Carroll, which we all know. We've got some amazing humans about to jump on my podcast too. And it's made me realize, even now with the next guest speaker that we've had, which is James Whitaker, on how that has brought me into being able to go to America. Guys, every decision that I've made as of late, even though there has been storms and challenges, has brought me to where I am now, with being able to be in a room full of people, going to America, where I get to be, learning from people that are in the 7-8 figure world. Business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, being in James Whitaker's proximity and him opening his doors to letting me interview all of his guest speakers that he has had in proximity. Isn't that insane? I can't tell you now the people that I've got coming on board, but I'm telling you now, they're fucking big names. And just because I decided to stretch myself and put myself in the room of great, it has brought me to going to America. So I'm doing this to lead by example for my clients, for myself, to learn, to put myself in a very uncomfortable position, and just to dive deep to really growing and stretching myself. And I share this with you guys because you probably have seen all of this amazing stuff happen, but there's been so much behind the scenes as well. But with the good comes the bad, with the positive comes the negative. Everything is in balance, right? And the same when it comes to building a business, there will be storms. And I'm not here to say it's always going to be the storms, but where I'm at right now with the growth and proximity, it's so worth it. So stay tuned for what's coming for America. And again, I have this feeling and sensation that it's going to open up even more opportunities for myself. But the other big reason why I'm going to America too is to support my Queendom clients. So at the beginning, I told you guys I wanted to share with what I do for Queendom Mastermind and the direction I've gone in. Based on previous containers I've been in and seeing now and understanding more my strengths, I have become very good at branding for my clients, helping them with content, storytelling frameworks, how to sell from a really authentic place, and helping them find their voice and their brand as well. And that was based on the experiences I've had and gone through with previous containers. So I've realized, here are my strengths. This is what we do for Queendom clients now. And we've created a huge structured year plan of what we do for people that come into our proximity. And it begins with finding specifically what they want to achieve in a year. And so we obviously begin with a Queen phase 1 on discovering who they are, discovering their strengths, discovering their area of growth, discovering as well what they want to build with their business and how to build their brand authority, which is one of my biggest passions at the moment for anyone that works in Queendom. So with that in mind, we put together the content mapping planning. We put together all the things that is going to support them to grow and build their business. We look at their launch offers, their revenue streams, how we can add more revenue streams into their business as well. And that is the first 1 to 60 game plan we've got for anyone that begins with Queendom. It's finding their voice, working through their brand strategy, also getting the content messaging correct, looking at their offers, looking at their launch periods too, and looking at their revenue streams and how we can create more. Then it comes into Queen phase 2, and that's basically putting the plan in place with the branding. Where do they want to go? How do we build their authority? One thing I have learned with now creating a podcast, everyone wants to now be seen, heard, and felt. So we go through the touch points with their business. How can they really start leveraging not being in one platform, but across numerous? And that is what Queen phase 2 is all about. The authority building, building their podcast, looking at their networks, looking at who they will align with best that's going to help them grow. So that becomes a really exciting period because they've obviously started to create the content plan. They know what their brand personality and voice is. Then it's about the element of strategy behind that in Queen phase 2. And then Queen phase 3 is,
hey, beautiful kings and queens, are you right now in a space where you're ready to take action and build your business, yet you struggle where to begin? You're feeling stuck and overwhelmed with all the things you need to do when it comes to building a business. Build the business of your dreams in the online space and be in the arena of all the incredible, great humans out there that are building 7 to 8 figure businesses. Now, the foundations that I truly believe in that you are going to learn through this membership is sales, marketing, content creation, social media, money mindset, and of course, branding. Now, all of this will be accessible for you to be learning what is currently hot right now in the market and how you can create your own business and build a successful business in the online space. All you have to do right now is DM Empire in my Instagram or email myself and my team, and we will get the ball rolling so you can have your empire and start making moves in the online space.
And then Queen phase 3 is really leveraging my network, getting on my podcast, being able to then build their networks with my guest speakers, which is why I'm going to America, because anyone that I associate myself with is an opportunity for anyone in Queendom to also have the opportunity to being able to have them in their proximity. Because we all know now proximity is power. Your net worth is your network, or your network is your net worth, my bad. So that is Queen phase 3, building their authority with podcasts, my networks as well, and getting really niche on what it is that they do. And then Queen phase 4 is really amping their brand, really focusing on their launch offers, really looking at their data, really getting into a really structured framework with their content messaging, video frameworks as well, learning more enhancement around storytelling as well. And just repeat. And then we get to celebrate. One thing that I've really enjoyed working with the clients that I've got now who are so fucking aligned, it makes me so happy. My masculine structured strength has actually attracted people who want the structure and frameworks in their business. But more importantly, they're also very open to being more creative with their business. And so this is what Queendom Mastermind is now. We are a mastermind where we're focusing on building your brand, your content marketing, and also your strategy around how to really build authority in the online space. And that is how you stand out from the crowd. And so that is how we've become such a point of difference, myself as a business coach, compared to other business coaches who focus so much on really icky selling and all these types of DM stuff. We get really, 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 really clear on who your voice is and building your authority in that from an authentic place. And that is the difference of what we provide for our clients. It's not about facts tell. We believe in storytelling sells. You know, I have obviously focused on clients like Ben with his drug addictions and how his story has now created this beautiful, amazing course that he has now been working with so many men and women. His podcast is doing so well. His audience has been growing. And it's all to do with the brand work that we have been doing as well. One thing I want you guys also to remember, and this is where the direction of Queendom is going, is we're going also all in around content and building our agency as well, which my beautiful partner Jordan is joining as well with. And again, this is to help our clients when it comes to the time work. You know, if you guys have no time when it comes to building your content and filming, our team can do that for you guys as well. So it's pretty exciting, the journey we are on. And, you know, I obviously love sharing these updates with you guys, you know, going to America, being in a room full of amazing people. I'm so excited. My beautiful partner is joining as well. Yes, we'll have a bit of a holiday, but we're going for 6 days, which is nuts. I'm going to be on a massive adrenaline rush. But one advice I got from this guy who owns this podcast studio over there, he said to me, make sure you have a plan in place, make sure you are clear on what you want from this experience, and make sure you are seen and you tell everyone who you are and what you do. And also speak about your goals and where you want to go. And don't be afraid to ask for what you want. And I really took this advice on board because I know exactly what I want to do when I'm over there. I have set a game plan in place. But more importantly, I'm going to be putting myself in places where I want every single person to know who I am. And this is where I get a little bit weird and wacky, but going back to what I said to you guys before about intuition, that is your biggest guidance when it comes to making decisions. And I've had this massive pull to go to America, this massive pull. And when this opportunity came about, I had this sort of like feeling in my gut. It was like, this is for you. And I'm wondering if you guys have had those moments in your life where you've either ignored it, avoided it, or you're too scared to do something. Jordan and I both were like, we're going to make this work. We're going to go to America. We have even found a way to still be able to make it back for our girlfriend's wedding because we know this is so important because we're acting on our intuition. And this is where I want you guys to know that this is your biggest power when it comes to building a business, as well as obviously working with myself. That is right. But as a coach and what I've experienced this year alone with the hardships, the challenges, the setbacks, the hurdles, is that I want to bring power to my clients when they work with me. And I want you to remember how important it is to tap into your intuition. And if something doesn't feel right, you will know. Your body will know. Yet, if something feels good and you still have no idea how you're going to get there, yet you know it's for you, lean into it. Trust it. I'm telling you now, I don't know why America is really being such a pull for me, but I just know something amazing is going to come from it. I don't know what it is, but I tell you now, because you guys are going to be listening to this when I come back and when I have all the stories to share, I'm going to share with you guys what I got out of it and why I went with my gut, even if I had no idea what I was going into and how I was going to get there. And so this is the conclusion to this beautiful episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Last but not least, if you want to have a conversation with me, if you want to know more about Queendom Mastermind, how we can work together, how you really deserve to be part of this beautiful family where we build your brand, we build your content strategy, we give you all the tools to build authority and really get yourself out there and being a point of difference in the market, then I would love to have a conversation with you and have you in my beautiful family. Be part of my proximity, build your network, have your net worth with Queendom Mastermind. I look forward to working with you, beautiful queens and kings.